we seem to be okay, but just no match for this Renault. This thing's just, it looks like it's 400 kilos lighter than us. Just completely blitzed. Hey there, long time no see. Last time, we asked the age-old question. How much faster is a modern Formula One than everything else? Turns out, quite a lot. While we of course didn't put it up against literally everything else out there, such as the now legendary Porsche 919 Evo, don't worry, we'll have a video on that in due time, we did however put it up among some very popular racing classes, including the current front-running LMP hypercars. Turns out, it takes a modern Formula One 6.5 laps of Road America to lap one. Today, we aim to answer another age-old question. Just which era of Formula One was the fastest? With the Formula One cars of today beginning to resemble something closer to oil tankers, with the weight to match, I thought, surely, something during the mighty V10 era would have to be faster. Now, what the modern cars have lost in regard to power to weight, they've gained back in efficiency. They run some of the most efficient motors ever created, augmented by complicated MGU-K and MGU-H systems, thus increasing their horsepower far more than low-displacement engines have any business pushing. So we take our quest to the Temple of Speed, Monza, more commonly known as the host of the Italian GP. Monza is one of the first racetracks ever built and remains one of the fastest in the world. With a ton of straights, bracketed by punishing chicanes, and concluding with the infamous Parabolica, Monza is a true test of speed for any vehicle. We have a hell of a lineup here today, which I'm going to list car by car, so feel free to grab your favorite fluffy slippers and make a cup of hot cocoa. Or alternatively, just fast forward to the race itself. Or even better, click that subscribe button for more F1 content and then move on to the race itself. Here we go. Up front, we have a 2005 McLaren MP420 driven by the rookie himself, followed by a Ferrari F2007, a Ferrari SF70H from 2017, a championship-winning 2005 Renault R25 driven by Fernando Alonso himself, a McLaren MP422, a legendary Ferrari F2004, also featured in one of our old videos, be sure to check it out, a Ferrari F310B from 1997, a Ferrari SF15-T from 2015, seemingly driven by a clone of Kimi, a Williams FW37 from 2015, and another Williams from 1997, the FW19, a Ferrari SF70H from 2017, a Lotus 98T from 86, a year before I was born no less, a Lotus 72D from 1970, the days where 20% of F1 drivers quite literally didn't survive a season, a Lotus Type 49 from 1967, a Lotus Type 25 from 1962, a Maserati 250F from 1954, a Lotus Exos 125 which somehow found itself near the rear of the grid, and finally, yours truly, doing his best Lando Norris impersonation in the orange McLaren MCL35. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get to the race. Here we are in the starting grid in our gorgeous orange McLaren doing our best Lando Norris impersonation as we see Kimi up front, Fernando Alonso in fourth, and it's lights out and away they go! Blasting through, getting you a little bit of rear wheel spin as we blast down the field. There's already been, what, a half dozen overtakes? Maybe 8, 10, 12, I have lost track. We've blitzed half the field on the side. We've gotten an immense start now, McLaren. Things getting a little bit clogged up at T1 as they tend to, getting a bit over the sausage curve there, car a bit uncomposed, but it's okay, we're good. Got a decent exit out of there. We've survived T1 at Monza, ladies and gentlemen. That is all that really matters in this race. Everything else is just a cherry on top. As we rapidly close down on the Rothmans car here, is that an old Williams? I don't even know. Braking hard on the inside here. No, he holds the outside, makes it through the chicane ahead of us. He was a far lighter car, presumably, but we do have the top-end speed and the acceleration. As we go side by side, wheel to wheel, I think there was a bit of contact there. But we've made it through, fortunately. Oh, Monza always brings the good. The old Temple of Speed. Entering our first DRS zone, DRS fully open, getting that top-end speed boost. A bit of a cheat compared to the rest, but hey, we need it. We're heavier. We're a chunky boy. Approaching the S for the first time. Trying to Take it nice and easy here, as we can see the McLaren has had a rough time going through there. I want to make sure the tyres are nice and warm. It's only lap 2 that we're going to start really blitzing these corners. Kimi Räikkönen now.
Okay, Kimi, next car behind you is Alonso. I'll keep you updated on the pace.
Just leave me alone, I know what to do.
Kimi being a little bit moody there, but that's just his usual self, isn't it? We're coming around to the conclusion of lap 1, still taking pretty much everybody on the field. I'm not sure if we're closing on the presumably mid-2000s V10s at the front, but we're definitely making mincemeat of just about everybody else. We have a Ferrari jumping in on the inside on T1 here, side by side, wheel to wheel. I think he's got hard compound tyres, unless they've changed the colour coordination. I'm not really sure why you're going for hards for a sprint race, but here we are. Nice, reasonably comfortable race so far, considering the insane undertaking that we're doing. As the McLaren completely blitzes us on the outside. I don't even know what that was. We just got made mincemeat of. That looks to be a, what, 03 to 05 McLaren? That's a V10. That is the sound of a V10. Doing our best to try and keep up, but that thing is just a little rocket ship. DRS zone, can we do it with DRS? Can we drop the rear aero and just get the top end speed back? Not enough to catch the McLaren, it seems. That car is in a league of its own. Oh, as it gets bumped off the track. That is a blessing in disguise, as they say. We take the position back, and hopefully we can hold it. We get deep into the toe of the Martini car here. I don't know what that is. Maybe, I don't know. Could be a Renault, could be a Williams. I can't tell at the speed. I'm just going to run my race and hope for the best. Coming up, concluding lap 2 now. Oh, it gives me a break for my voice here. Opening up the DRS and no point even defending against that. The McLaren is just in a league of its own. It's virtually a different class of car. What have we left behind in the last 15 years? What even is that thing? So I don't get a fantastic run out of T1, unfortunately. Still doing my best to try and keep up, but it seems pointless at this rate so far. I feel like I can see a flat spot forming on the front right there. Hey, well, you're very good for revealing that. Now we got Kimi Räikkönen leading his own race, already encountering back markers here.
That guy keeps pushing me off the circuit every time when I'm next to him. So if that's legal, then I will do the same next time.
Kimi seemingly not having the best run of luck there. As we go off the track, oh, we've run into a complete caravan here of back markers. We have to go off the track to get them 3 wide all the way through, leading until the bridge, I believe it is. DRS fully open now that it's safe. Going through the S's. Can't quite commit as much as I would like to. There's so many back markers in the way. Of course, those classic F1 cars in a completely different field. So 2.5 laps, we've already started lapping them. I mean, those things are virtually road cars by today's standards. Going around Parabolica now. There's nice external views, giving us an idea of what kind of a nice vacuum cleaner we sound like in our modern 2021 F1 car. When we have V10s near us, you really get that direct A to B comparison, don't you? We've lost so much for... I've got to admit, I am a sound engineer. I'm a little bit biased on this front. I do like noisy boys. Leaving T1, not bad. Of course, no TC on this car, so we have to watch out on the corner exits. The McLarens, I believe, of that vintage may have still had traction control.
You forgot to connect the drink first. Yes, confirm. Is the drink? Is it on now? Okay, I'm not...
We forgot to connect, Kimi. You will not have the drink, sorry.
Is it on or not? The drink?
No.
Let me know.
No, you will not have the...
No, is the switch on or not?
You mean the slow button?
No, is my drinking... Is it emptying the bottle or not?
No, Kimi, no.
Kimi seemingly having some technical issues there with his car. As we go back through under the bridge, going up to the S again for what I believe is possibly the 4th time now. Nice and easy. The field is really spreading out now. We're having a much easier time running our race, but I do wonder, without the back markers congesting the front of the field, do we have any chance of catching the V10s? I don't even know where we are in the standings. I know we are likely to catch this Ferrari here, but I don't even know where we are. I don't know how many cars are in front of us. I feel we've got to be most definitely in the top 10 here. Not the top 5, but the top 10 to 5. Doing my best guess there, of course, the DRS opening up, the Ferrari holding the inside as it goes in. Fairly composed run through T1 here for us. Nice and easy on the throttle again. I am ever so concerned about spinning the car. As you can really see the flat spot on the front right there in the sun. I don't know where I flat spotted that. Must have been trying to pull up behind someone rapidly. Maybe the engine braking didn't quite do its job and I got a quick lock up. What? Just like there. Just like there. Alright, getting through the chicane. Reasonable exit speed to the Ferrari, holding us up, being held up in turn by older F1 cars. Beautiful looking things. Those, what are they, Brabhams? Lotuses? Who knows? Whatever. I'll just leave my race here. What is that in front of me? Is that a Renault? Is that a Renault V10? DRS opens yet again as we aim to catch this vintage F1 car. Hard to refer to the F1 cars of my youth as vintage now, but I guess they are. I guess I'm finally quote-unquote old. As we rapidly catch the car, we're in the slipstream. No DRS here, of course, so no advantage compared to the old car, but still decent closing speed. We've got the vintage, I think, Lotus on the outside there as we cut it off, going through Parabolica. Reasonable adhesion to the road surface. We follow this car. DRS zone incoming, and blown. That's it. We've got the inside. We've got the pace. I don't have the line. I'm going to have to do the turn from the inside. Only partially moving over to the left there. We have a vintage car blocking our entrance into T1. We still managed to make it. Didn't get out into the sand trap. I consider that a complete win. Out here in the sun again. Get a few moments of blissful warming before we get back into the shade again. Just blasting our way through Monza now. Really well-established, I was going to say lead, but not lead, as we go past the Renault. We go past the Renault being held up by the vintage F1 car. Was that Alonso? Was that Alonso that we were seeing? Yes, it does appear to be Alonso. We're watching from his perspective now. That's us up ahead there in the DRS zone. I've opened up. He seems to still be closing. What is with these old V10s? These cars are in a league of their own. He's still closing. I'm driving to the best of my ability here, trying everything I can, trying to maximize every inch of track, but I'm just barely holding him at bay. This is going to be a hell of a race till the end. We hold the outside. Is he going to dive? Is he going to dive? No dive. He's just holding behind us in Parabolica. Maybe he'll get the dirty air. We might luck out here. DRS zone impending. So this is certainly an advantageous point for my car. We're going to open up. Yes, we are. Open DRS, though the Renault is still rapidly closing. What a car. Definitely not the closing speed of the McLarens, but certainly close. As he tries to dive on the inside, doesn't manage to hold it. We still leave in the space though, and then leaving T1. I try my best to get a good exit. A little bit of a snap on the exit. We seem to be okay, but just no match for this Renault. This thing is just, it looks like it's 400 kilos lighter than us. Just completely blitzed. I'm doing my best now to keep up into the chicane. We've got to get a good exit through here as I go slightly wide on the entrance. No chance. We just don't have the power for this. And of course, my electric motor has run out of juice by this point. I have nothing to really draw on. I'm doing my best to actually use the battery and just drain it for this, what I presume is the last lap, but I just have no chance. We open up the DRS, but one last time. Makes me wonder, where are we? Where are we on the grid? Where have we ended up? Through the S's, nice run, just missing the anti-cut, and again nestling our way into the curb. Curbs here very slippery, very dangerous. Can only take so much. As we follow Mr. Alonso for the last time around Parabolica now. Kimi finishing the race in pole position here. Congratulations, Kimi. Fernando following behind, possibly second, third, or fourth position. It's hard to tell from this perspective, and myself, of course, right behind him. And there we are. There's our race. Wow, 5th position, behind a few cars from the mid-2000s. My fastest lap was 4/10ths quicker than Daniel Ricciardo's fastest race lap in 2021 in the same car, no less, and yet we're still so far down the order. This makes sense since Rubens Barrichello's race lap of 1:21 in the Ferrari F2004 still remains the Monza race lap record, a record that stood for almost 20 years now. While I expected to not be the fastest, I didn't quite think it'd be such a challenge to get into the podium places. Now imagine if those cars weren't on grooved slicks, made intentionally to slow them down. While this does validate my nostalgia, seeing as I was still in my late teens back then, and V10s were the absolute shiz, it does kind of make one wonder about the modern state of F1. The cars are bigger, heavier, and wider, leading to a situation where overtakes are often just done as part of DRS trains. While I understand that all good things must come to an end and the era of V10s is well past, I can't help but hope the new 2022 regulations give us some more exciting cars. Anyhow, speaking of 2022 cars, let me know if there are any comparisons you want to see using those in the comments down below. While you're there, consider subscribing to the channel so that you actually get to see the resulting video. And if you're after the sick racing hardware used to create this video, check out the Fanatec links down below to help support this channel. In the meantime, I'll throw up some of our past videos you might enjoy, and until next time, I'll see you all later.